In this episode of Toysbackzen, we're going to be taking a look at some Masters of the Universe origin figures. If you've been watching my channel for a while, I have been a fan of these figures from day one. And in the last year, and I've talked about this in the past probably 3 or 4 haul videos, I've only been able to find origin figures at toy shows. And I actively go to toy shows just to find them. They are non-existent in my stores right now. And if I do find one, it's a peg warmer and it's been sitting there for about a year and a half. The Clamp Champs and the Evil Lins. But I never see these figures. We've got some really cool stuff. I found a local seller here in my area. He must have had at least 50 Origins figures. Everything from the single figures here to the deluxe figures. And then we've got the Sunman 3-pack. And I've never seen any of these figures in my Toys R Us, Walmarts, GameStops, anywhere. But I've been sourcing them in my local classifieds, and there are people that have them. This seller also had a lot of exclusives, so he must be going to the States a lot, either for work or just. I only live about a half an hour away from the border to the United States, and I do live in Canada, so he must be going across the border or ordering them online and getting them. And he had a huge collection. I don't know if he's reselling to make money or if he's just selling off his collection, but these are the pieces that I decided to get from him. Let's take a look at the boxes and the cards and then get these all out of the package. This is not a review. I'm just opening them up and checking them out and seeing what I have here. So here we've got the Eternia Palace Guard, Royal Defender. He's really cool. Comes with 2 heads. You can see the artwork here, which is fantastic. I love the artwork on these. They always go above and beyond, and it just looks so retro. And also, you can see that they have the glow-in-the-dark skeletons, and those are out right now. I think those are on the market. And then here's everything in the wave. I wouldn't mind getting Beastman. I think he might have had Beastman. I can't really remember, but it'd be cool to get Beastman, and I'd like to get Web Store. And you can see he's got the removable chest plate, and you can put the other one on here, and all of the accessories that go on him. Here's the artwork in the back. We'll take a look at Man-at-Arms. I don't have Man-at-Arms, so I thought it would be really nice to have Man-at-Arms to go with the Palace Guard. So we have Man-at-Arms here. Different Beastman in this wave. I do have Tila. And here's the artwork here. Weapons Master and Royal Advisor, Man-at-Arms assists He-Man in the battle against evil. Alright. If you haven't watched my video on the vintage Snout Spout repair, I fixed the squirt mechanism in there. Check that out. It's probably about 4 or 5 videos before this one. But that was kind of a restoration on that figure. That was really fun to do. He's really cool. He's got 2 heads. He's got all kinds of accessories. He's got his axe and his squirt mechanism there, his backpack, which actually comes off. It's not all the vintage one. It was all the squirt mechanism was all built into his back, and this is a separate piece. So, and you can see in this wave we've got Leech and Mantenna, Roton. I've got a vintage Roton, so I'm not interested in getting the new one. I don't really need it. But you get the Snout Spout, and I have Pighead in this 3-pack. Now he had Pighead on the separate card. While I'm talking, I'll let you see the artwork here. He had a Pighead on the separate card, and I thought I'd get the 3-pack. I already have Sunman already. That's in that 3-pack. But I don't have Space Sumo, and I was really interested in getting Space Sumo. and Pighead. I wanted both of those figures. But here's Orko. I didn't have Orko. You have to have Orko. I don't have a vintage Orko either, so I'm super excited to have Orko in my collection. There's his artwork. And in this wave, I have now Orko, Scareglow, I have Trapjaw, and I don't have many faces yet. I don't think I have him yet, so he would be cool to get because his sculpting is really amazing on this Origins figure. I think it's way better than the vintage one. I would actually rather have the Origins version than the original one, but someday I'll find him. And then this Sunman and Rulers of the Sun 3-pack. Pighead, Sunman, Space Sumo. He's the telekinetic ninja and the wicked enemy of Sunman. You can see we've got the holographic 40th year anniversary. Sunman and Space Sumo protect the first sun against the showdown-dwelling wicked one, Pighead. Colors and decorations may vary, so we've got this guy. It looks to me like Sunman, Space Sumo. They pretty much have the same head with a different skin tone, so that's interesting. You can't tell that because Space Sumo has a hood on, so you can't really tell that. So that's really cool. Let's get these out and we'll take a quick look. So quickly before we look at these figures out of the boxes, I just wanted to show you how they displayed the comics in this packaging. I think it's amazing. I'm going to leave the comics in the packaging. I'm not going to take them out. They look really good in there. I do put all of my Origins boxes on a shelf kind of sideways so you can see the artwork and see what the box is. I kind of usually set them like this so you can see the artwork. And I display that in my video room just behind me. So my toy room is upstairs, but my video room is in the basement. So I display them there, so when I'm doing repairs and doing videos, I can look at the boxes and the artwork. So now that I have these figures out of their packaging, I am really happy with the decision I made with the figures I got. I really like these comics. If you look at them, this one came with Man-at-Arms. This one came with Orko. It's got features Orko in it. And then we saw the 3 comics that the Sunman figures came with in the box. I'm not taking those out. And then we have the one that came with Snout Spout. And again, they have all of their speech bubbles with the words in there. And this one features Snout Spout too. So those are the comics. Let's look at Snout Spout. Snout Spout has 2 heads. He came with this head, and he's got his axe here. And if we turn him around, he's got his water tanks on the back. They're painted silver, which is a different color than the original tank he came with on the vintage figure and the alternative tank that we'll look at here in a second. He's got another head here too. So this head has like the tusks on the side, and he has articulation not only at the neck but also at the snout. So that's really cool. Now, if you don't like this look, you can switch the head out. Now, the other head is connected to the backpack, and this is more reminiscent to the original backpack. Instead of having a water valve to spray the water, what happens here is it's just filled with air, and you put water in it and you push it and it squirts it out of his head. So if you like that classic look, the backpack just clips off of the straps around his chest. You pull his head off, and then you can put this on. Now, one thing that I noticed about this head and backpack, which goes on the same as the other backpack, just clips onto those straps there. What I noticed is that the head, it goes down like that, and you can't really articulate it. But what I noticed also is they were smart and put the hose in between the backpack. So you can actually pull that hose down and it'll keep his head sitting up like that. So if you like that look, then you can go with the vintage style look. I am going to be displaying him with this head and the silver backpack, and I'll have my vintage figure beside him with the original look. So I think that's how I'll do that. Coming around here over to the Eternia Palace Guard, he's really neat. He does have the armor on his legs, on his shoulders, on his elbows. Those all clip off. He's got the armor here on his chest with the eagle. That's really neat. And he's got the helmet, and it's a closed helmet. So unlike Man-at-Arms over here, we just got the open-faced helmet. This guy's got the mouth guard down. Now, if you want to change him up and take the face shield off, then you can do this. Or, if you like the looks of Man-at-Arms without his mustache, then you can switch the head on Man-at-Arms, and you can have that. Now, the helmet is a little different. It has a different look to the front of the helmet there, and it's more similar to the guard here, but you could do that. Or you could keep Man-at-Arms with the mustache, which the original Man-at-Arms from the 80s didn't have the mustache. He had no mustache, but the cartoon guy, the cartoon character, did have the mustache. So you could change him up. You could get another one of these guys, an army build. And you can also make him look like, because he has all of the same accessories that Man-at-Arms has, you can actually deck him out and make him look like Man-at-Arms without the mustache. You could have both versions of Man-at-Arms. Now looking at Man-at-Arms here, it's pretty much the same as the guard, but he doesn't have the paint on his belt, and of course he's got the different armor. I guess his shoulder piece came off here, so let me get that on. Now this armor is quite forgiving. It's like a really rubbery plastic, just like most of the figures that they've been making. And it actually, it's all separate, and you could take it off. You can customize them. You can do anything you want. There's his weapon here. Again, the guard has the exact same weapon, a little bit of a different color. It's a little darker. This is a little brighter color, so you can tell the difference between, what's what. This looks to be a little darker too, but not by much. He's got the helmet, all the armor, and this is all he came with. He didn't come with anything extra. He was just a single figure. He's not really a deluxe figure, but for some reason I couldn't find him in the stores. I don't know why. I guess he's it was the only version of him I think that came out so far, except for the guard. So he was quite popular. Of course, if you have Man-at-Arms, you have to have Orko, one of the main characters from the cartoon. He comes with this clear plastic pedestal here and this stand that kind of looks like magic that he's using or whatever, and he sits on there. You can articulate that and make him look like he's doing whatever you want him to do. That's really neat. I do like his face. His articulation is fantastic. He has no legs, so there's no articulation there, obviously, but he's got the same articulation as most of these figures: the wrists, the elbows, and the head. So he's really neat. I like the base on him. He's going to look good, although he's going to take up more shelf space if I use the base, but I like it. And last but not least is these 3 Sunman figures. Let's start with the bad guy. We've got Pighead here. He is, I think, my favorite figure out of this whole lot that I got. I think that his color is amazing. He's got that metallic sheen on a lot of the blue and the pink. I really like the color that he has. I never had him before, don't have the vintage one. So having a version of this guy, especially with all this articulation that we can do with these origins, I am super happy. I don't think I'll ever need any more vintage figures. I probably will never buy any more vintage He-Man anymore as long as I can get the Origins version of it. I don't think I need to. I think these are perfect. I think they're fantastic, and I like his accessories he has here. The detail on his shorts here. And I think he looks great. He came with everything you see here. He can hold everything, and I think he is my favorite figure in this whole lot. Next we have Space Sumo. He comes with that sword here. And he's part of the Sunman crew. I now have all of the Sunman figures and the original Sunman figure. You can see that this guy here, we'll take a look at him in a minute. But his color, again, it's just kind of minimal. But I kind of like that with this figure, the red and the blue. You can actually put the sword in the back here and store it on his back, and that's a good thing. Everybody loves to have storage, but I mean, in reality, maybe he should have came with another accessory. If he had storage, it would have been nice maybe to have some other kind of weapon. But I'm happy with this. I like it, and here's his hood. This is more of a hood, I guess. And then if we look at Sunman here, he was the first black skin colored figure that they made. If you don't know the history of this guy, I would check it out. It's a very interesting story about this figure, but you can see that their head, I think, is the exact same head, just in a different skin tone. I was going to actually sell him because I thought I already had Sunman, but if you look, they actually have different heads. This guy just has a short, curly haircut, and this guy's got more of a flat top haircut. Although his coloring is exactly the same, his shield is the same, his weapon is the same, his wings are the same. He does have a different head, so I think that's cool that I got two variations of Sunman. I'm not really sure the history of that. If anybody can tell me in the comments why they gave him a flat top, if he actually looked like this from the original figure. Maybe he looked like this in the comics or something like that. So I'm not going to sell him. I'm actually thinking I'm going to keep him since he is a different version. Thanks for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed that. I know it's a little late on these figures, but you know, you get them when you can. And I thought it would be a really cool box unopening with all of these figures. And I think the Sunman 3-pack is really neat. So I'm really happy to have these in my collection. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy what you're seeing, and if I've earned your subscription. Hit the notification bell to see new episodes. I do pretty much 2 a week. And leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite figure out of this group is. Thanks for watching. Bye.